Very good morning to all of you on this Monday morning. One second, dear students. The live chat is to be on. What is the trouble? Live chat is not coming on. 1 second, dear students. All right. All set. Very good morning to all of you on this Monday morning. Pearls of wisdom is there at the end because all the students are busy in their office calls on Monday morning. So let us begin. We are also little late today. And I would not like to say anything wrong कि कुछ तो technical trouble था इसीलिए हम late हो गए. Technical trouble कुछ भी नहीं था. Yesterday is I think mass Ganesh Visarjan, so all the staff took a holiday at a time. The cook, the cleaning, all the staff, and I don't know whether I should say this or not, but it was like a marathon for me from morning 6 o'clock today. So got delayed for 15 minutes. Chalo. Let us now quickly begin with business head, most important class today. We have already built up a base of depreciation in the first class, that was Saturday. Yesterday, I have discussed with you all the allowed and disallowed, which I will revise very quickly because in the disallowed list, one small thing is pending. Okay, right. Yeah. So in disallowed part, one small thing is pending that. And then most important is how to solve the business head problem, which comes for 14 marks. So there's a strategy, there's a format, there's a concept to understand when we should do add, when we should do less, and when we should just ignore it. Okay, right? So let us quickly begin with all the revision of yesterday's class. You all are writing running notes because it was Sunday morning, and if you have missed yesterday's class, please pause this video. There are so many working students who have really enjoyed Saturday evening's lecture. Frankly speaking, that has got highest views also. So definitely I can understand if I take 6 to 8, 8:30 in the evening, you all are like more comfortable. Huh? Put all your schedules. No, let me see if I can work out. Little difficult for me with a very senior patient doing the class in the evening, but definitely if it is, because when you attend live, no, that focus is different. Chalo. Today we are going to solve the problems of adless. Before that, business head starts with chargeability section 28, and section 30 to 37 is all the expenditures which are allowed, like related to building and other assets. If you use it for your business purpose, do you allow repairs and maintenance and insurance and depreciation related to assets? Yes. Is it mandatory to charge depreciation? Yes. WDV method? Yes. Asset depreciation is not charged individually, it is charged blockwise. Block is group of the assets falling within the same class and same rate. For this, we have solved very nice problem in the beginning yesterday. So one of the block is building, then furniture and fittings, then we have plant and machinery, which includes vehicles and electronics, then we have intangible assets. Okay, right. When you purchase the asset, whatever cost you have incurred till the asset is ready to put to use, वो सब capitalize होगा. Carriage inward, freight, insurance, installation expenses. Listen carefully. GST and custom duty you will add to the cost of the asset if you have not claimed input tax credit. If you have claimed input tax credit, keep it separate. Two things to be deducted from the cost of asset are grant and subsidy if received, and some incomes, small incomes like trial run incomes and all. Okay, right. The last task I do every day as soon as I switch on my classes to wash my glasses. So in this morning rush, I missed that today. ठीक है, break में चलो. Now, what's the format of charging depreciation? Opening WDV plus purchases, you get balance, minus the sales value. Again, you get balance. On this balance, you are charging depreciation. Means in the year of sale, no depreciation. And for purchase of asset, if the asset is purchased and used for more than 180 days, full year's depreciation. Otherwise, 50% depreciation. Now, I have taught you many rates, dear students, but ये जो है वो chew करके खा जाना है, learn कर लेना है ये rates. Like for normal building, residential and all, it's 5%. But commercial building, shops, godowns, depots, hotels, 10%. Temporary structures, 40%. Plant and machinery, including vehicles and all, is 15%. But if the vehicles are used by transporter, their use is heavy. So it is 30%. All the energy saving devices, water energy and pollution control and all energy saving devices, windmills, they are all depreciated at 40%. Yes, intangible assets, they are depreciated at 25%, except goodwill. After 1st April 2020, goodwill is not depreciated. Books, computers, software. All this is depreciated at what rate, dear students? 40%. Now take a pause and listen carefully. If you are purchasing Tally software, branded Tally software comes for 25,000 plus. So if this comes for 25,000, then also this computer software is your not an intangible asset. It is to be depreciated at 40% along with computer, laptop, printer, books. Books which are used by professionals, all in library, they're all taxable at 40%. Okay, very nice problem I have solved yesterday. Ye wala. Mr. Dhaval, jo chartered accountant tha. See, dear students, so many times we purchase the asset on 1st October. But if it is put to use on 8th October, we are actually using it for less than 180 days and depreciation will be 50%. 5 points you need to remember for additional depreciation. It is allowed to all the SSEs, individual companies who are manufacturers. It is allowed in the year of purchase of asset. Assets should be used in factory, that's plant and machinery and all, not in guest house and other assets. It's not allowed on second-hand assets. And the rate of depreciation for additional depreciation is what? 20%. Done? Yes. If it is used for less than 180 days, then 10% now, 10% next year. Is this revision helpful to all of you? समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Good morning शाहिर, साहिल, good morning शाद. हाँ, चलो आज हम ऑलरेडी थोड़े से लेट है और बहुत क्वालिटी गुड अच्छे प्रॉब्लम्स करेंगे. Even you can share today's video with final students who are writing taxation, because add and less is anyhow same for them. चलिए आगे. Right. Next in the revision I did one concept, one problem. Scientific research पढ़ाया, उसके problems किए हमने. हाँ, फिर हमने preliminary expense पढ़ा, उसके problems किए. तो what is scientific research? R&D. It's an ongoing activity for the company. So whatever in-house research expenses are there, revenue completely allowed. Capital allowed except cost of land. When you have started the business, prior to that 3 years, revenue and capital expenditure allowed. If you donate outside for scientific research, statistical research to registered institutes, universities, colleges, allowed. National laboratory IITs allowed. Yes, specified company who are 100% into research allowed. Specified businesses like telecommunication, pharmaceutical companies, all allowed. Huh? And then we have solved one problem in the book itself. Next is preliminary expense. Expenses incurred before the formation of the company. SIN number, DIN number, memorandum, articles, association, prospectus, printing, legal expenses, ROC, all this. Preliminary expenses are allowed maximum 5% of the cost of project or 5% of the capital employed. Am I doing correct revision? Screen चल रही है और मैं orally करा रही हूँ आपको. Is this helpful? Whichever is higher. Acha, this 5% is also not allowed. Excuse me. At a time, it is allowed 1/5 every year for 5 years. So one is preliminary expense, 1/5 every year. One is VRS, voluntary retirement, and one is license. License is not allowed 1/5, but license ka kaisa hai? It is allowed over the period for which you have taken the license. Okay. Then specified businesses are there like warehousing and 2-star and above hotel and all. So if you are doing that business, 100% revenue and capital expenditure are allowed to be deducted. But because capital expenditure is 100% allowed to be deducted, no depreciation is allowed on that. Okay. And because for these specified business, 2-star and above hotel, multi-speciality hospital, housing project, income, because capital expenditure is allowed, definitely they will show loss, because revenue, capital, all is allowed 100%. So definitely they will show a loss. Now, because they are showing a loss, this loss can be carried forward. Yes. For how much time, dear students? Indefinite period. This is one of the wonderful part you are going to learn in set off. सेट ऑफ इज वैसे भी मेरा एक बड़ा फेवरेट चैप्टर है. मैं आपको एक हाफ एन आवर में एक टेबल दूंगी. इन दैट ऑल द रूल्स ऑफ सेट ऑफ विल बी क्लियर. चलो, सो स्पेसिफाइड बिजनेस से रिलेटेड वी हैव डन द प्रॉब्लम. दिस वन इज क्रूशियल. License I have taught yesterday with some 4-step formula from Sarathi book. Please pause the video, take the notes. And these are general notes we have concluded here. GST and custom duty is allowed as business expense. Then GST and custom duty is your business income. Done. Income tax is not allowed as expense. So income tax refund is not a business income. Penalty of GST is not allowed. Interest on late payment of GST is allowed. Is this clear to all of you? Yeah. Now let us go to our material, and we are checking the list of all the expenses which are allowed and disallowed. Yesterday we closed it here. TDS. फिर से एक बार देख लो. CSR expenses are not allowed. You cannot give ad in a political party's brochure and all. Transfer to reserves are not allowed. Provisions are not allowed. Yeah. If you have made payment in India and if you have forgotten to deduct the TDS, then 100% it is disallowed. If you have made payment outside India, sorry, and without TDS, so 100% disallowed. In India, if you have paid, then 30% is disallowed. Done? Yeah. Income tax is not allowed as expense, so obviously surcharge, he says nothing is allowed as business expense. Okay. Now, very beautiful concept is payment to relatives. Can you make related to business payments to your relatives? Kaise? For example, say my son is working in my firm, me and my husband, we have a partnership firm and my son is working there. Can we pay him salary, remuneration, brokerage? Answer is yes. But it has to be reasonable. हाँ, थोड़ा patience रखो. 10 minutes more to go for the total business income के problem. But these are important ways. So can we make payment to relatives? Yes. Salary though, commission though, interest on loan though, yes, you can make business related payment to relatives. But dear students, it has to be reasonable. Suppose you can say my son is having a capital of 15 lakhs in business. I can pay him 12% interest. Now, if I am paying him 30% interest, it's not right, no? 30% तो कोई rate of interest नहीं चल रहा है. So if I pay 30% interest instead of 12%, then what is unreasonable? 18%. Ma'am, who will decide unreasonable? AO. Assessing officer will say, नहीं इतने तक तो उसका graduation का certificate है and you are paying him salary, fine. Not beyond that. Are you all with me? Yes. I think yesterday all of you have put a message that you all are CA students only here. Of course, but I'm covering for CMA students also, but just asking so that I can know. Any doubt until now? What is the definition of relative? अब ये definition पढ़ने से अच्छा ये diagram draw कर लो. You are here. Your father, grandfather are your relative. Your son, grandson are your relative along with their spouses. You all know spouse? Husband ke liye wife, wife ke liye husband. Then your mother, father, their brothers and sisters are your relatives. Your own brothers and sister, a brother, brother ke wife, sister, sister ke husband. So these are all relatives. Yes, in case of company, director, and if the relatives or someone is having substantial interest in the company, partnership firm, partners have कि कोई रिलेटिव को अगर आप सैलरी और पे कर रहे हो. Relative means husband, wife, brother, sister, lineal ascendant or descendant. Or if someone is having substantial interest in the company, more than 20% voting right in company, more than 20% profit, he is said to be having substantial interest. He is related to company. You can pay him salary, remuneration, commission, dear students. It should be reasonable. Reasonable हमने आपको बताया ना, वो कौन decide करेंगे? A. Next, very important concept of business head, to tap and control black money. You cannot make payment exceeding 10,000 to a single person on a single day by cash. 10,000 के ऊपर किसी को भी पेमेंट करना है तो you have to pay it by check or RTGS or NIFT or mobile transfer or any of the UPI modes of payment. Okay? 10,000 से ज्यादा किसी को एक दिन में at a time cash नहीं देना. Ma'am, can I pay 10,000 at 10 o'clock in the morning and remaining 12,000 on the same day at 4 o'clock? Answer is no. 10,000 is the limit per person per day. Single payment. Yeah? And if you are making payment to transporter for high leasing, then the limit is 35,000 instead of 10,000. Single day. Yeah? Otherwise, you have to pay. You know, sometimes some people say, oh, मुझे कैश नहीं पे करना है ना, मैं बेरर चेक दे देता हूँ. बेरर चेक मतलब किसी का नाम नहीं लिखा है. Pay to sell, जो प्रेजेंट करेगा, it's as good as cash only. So bearer checks are not allowed, but yes, cross check and all are allowed. ठीक है? चलो साथ में करते हैं. So this is all the detail about your payment. Okay. Now, very important here, ध्यान से सुनो, is the role of Rule 6DD, which you should just know. Nothing to learn for the exam. Above 10,000 on a single day to single person, if you want to make payment, paid by any mode other than cash or bearer check. मैंने किसी को गलती से 25,000 कैश दे दिया, मैम 10,000 तक तो अलाउड है ना? आंसर इज नो. If you have exceeded 10,000, if you have exceeded 10,000, then whole of the payment is disallowed. Are you with me? Clear? But there are certain exceptions to this. Now, what is the exception? The exception is if you are making payment wherein 2-3 days it's a bank holiday and emergency में करना है, or you are making payment of taxes to government. तो गवर्नमेंट को तो आप 1 लाख रुपए भी बैग में डाल के बैंक में जमा कर दो, चालान पे कर दो, जीएसटी का, टीडीएस का, चलेगा. बट यू नीड टू शो द सोर्सेस कि इतना कैश आया कहां से. You can't pay taxes by black money. Are you getting why this rule is? So right now, say which month is going on? September. Can I go erase? वरना profit बहुत ज्यादा आ रहा है. April में backdated. Can I go and make fake payment ghost salary? Salary paid 13,000 to Ramlal. Salary paid to Ganesh. Salary paid to this. Actually Ramlal और गणेश कोई है ही नहीं. तो क्या हम फेक एक्सपेंसेस डाल सकते हैं कैश में backdated to reduce the profit? Answer is no, because above 10,000 you cannot pay in cash on a single day to single person. But few cases where it is allowed, dear students, we should know. Just in brief, it's a big list. Government को payment कर रहे हैं. You know, now so many tribal peoples, they bring honey. Honey मालूम है ना आपको? शहद वो जंगल में ही होता है. एमपी में लिटरली वी हैव सीन दैट फ्रॉम इन फॉर दिस जंगल्स. नो, ट्राइबल पीपल दे हैव हेरिडिटरी, मतलब उनके ट्राइब में ऐसे है कि जनरेशन से दे कीप कलेक्टिंग द हनी एंड दे ब्रिंग इट टू द फैक्ट्रीज वेयर इट इज रिफाइंड, बॉटल्ड एंड पैक्ड. सो कैन वी से टू ट्राइबल पीपल्स, ये लो आपके हनी का 40,000 चेक. नहीं, दीप्ति मैम ने हमको बोला है कैश पे नहीं करना. Are you all with me? Is it possible like that? So in case if you have to pay to someone who is not having banking facility or the banks are closed, then you can pay him cash. Where payment is made in village which there is no banking facility, or payment is made where it is holiday, और पेमेंट इज मेड टू अ पर्सन एज एजेंट. एजेंट को एक साथ हमने 15,000 कैश दे दिया एंड ऑन आवर बिहाफ ही इज पेंडिंग पार्ट कंसाइनमेंट रिलेटेड एक्सपेंस. कभी इनको देते हैं, कभी उनको देते हैं. इट्स अलाउड. यस, राइट. These are questions related to that. In routine class we do it, but simple. Now, so many times we purchase from foreign country, import, or we export to foreign countries, or we purchase some assets from foreign countries. So, you know, whenever you have transactions in foreign currency, is there going to be exchange fluctuation? Yes. When I purchase the goods from China, whatever, USA, say dollar का rate 80 था. अब जिस दिन पे करने गए डॉलर का रेट 83 हो गया, तो I have to pay them difference, 3 rupees extra. Can I book it as my loss in the P&L? Yes. And if it is related to asset, can I add it to the cost of the asset? Yes. Are you getting? Exchange difference, you can add it to the cost of the asset. Nice? Yes. Chalo. Next, now I'm doing last one in the allowed disallowed series, that is 43B. इसके बाद 44 आपके पूरे बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट से रिलेटेड है, जो हम ब्रेक के बाद करेंगे. अभी कोई ब्रेक नहीं है, बट अभी हम सीधे प्रॉब्लम शुरू कर रहे हैं. पर जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट व्हाट इज 43B. लिसन केयरफुली. So many times, because in business head we are following accrual system, we book the expense and keep it outstanding. Telephone to outstanding telephone. electricity, salary to outstanding salary, interest on loan to bank to interest due. So expenses are due, but you did not pay it in March. Should you pay it before due date of filing the return? Answer is yes. You need to pay it before due date of filing the return. Okay. What is the due date of filing the return? Say for the tax audit cases and all, abhi 30th of September. ठीक है? तो अगर कोई expenses outstanding है in the March, can you make sure expense to outstanding salary? Now, outstanding salary to bank you should do by 30th September. If you have not, this is one of the crucial adjustment while solving problems. If you have not paid by September, that expense is disallowed, not allowed. Outstanding रख रख के आपने expenses बता के profit तो कम कर लिया. Now pay the expense. Ma'am, but I have not paid now, but I paid in December 23. Will it be allowed in the next year, 23-24? Yes. But abhi to disallow ho jaye. That's what is 43B. Check the list with me. Certain specified payments are there. Specified deductions allowed only in case of actual payment. Any sum payable by way of taxes, duty to government. मतलब गवर्नमेंट के कोई भी टैक्सेस है, कोई भी है, म्युनिसिपल टैक्स, जीएसटी, कस्टम, अगर आउटस्टैंडिंग है तो पे देम बिफोर ड्यू डेट ऑफ फाइलिंग द रिटर्न. एनी सम पेएबल बाय एम्प्लॉयर by way of contribution to superannuation fund and all. Any sum payable as bonus and commission. Bonus to outstanding bonus, then pay it, no? Any sum payable on interest on loan taken. Any sum payable by employee in lieu of the credit. Any sum payable to Indian Railways for freight and all. And employer's contribution to RPF, Recognized Provident Fund. You all know employer contributes 12% of the salary. Employer अगर 100 रुपए आपको salary देता है तो 12 rupees employer contribute करता है. So this 12 rupees, if it is outstanding, he has to pay it before filing the return. So can we say what is the nutshell or gist of this? All government payments, all employee related payment, salary, bonus, profit in lieu of the leave credit, उसकी जो छुट्टियां जमा हैं, हाँ, RPF, all, and interest payment. Once again, I want to repeat, 43B is applicable for 3 payments. One is government payment. Another is employee related payment or interest. Take a pause. Here there is an amendment. Instead of employer, अगर ये employee का contribution है, employee को 100 rupees salary देते हैं ना, 12 रुपए employee से RPF काट के रख लिया, and employee को बोला take 88, 12 on your behalf I will pay to RPF, 12 I'll pay, so total 24. If I deduct from employee, I need to pay it by next month 15. किसका contribution? Employee का. You know, otherwise why this rule? Because ये तो फिर government का पैसा आप enjoy कर रहे हैं. You all are my employees. Say I'm saying to Sahil, Sahil, your salary is 100, I'm paying you 88. ठीक है ना? तो 12 रुपए मैं साहिल से डिडक्ट करके बोल रही हूँ, ठीक है मैं आपके पीएफ में डाल दूंगी, ओके बाय, हाँ. And if I don't put, then so employees contribution this year they have given amendment, it should be paid by 15th of next month. If not paid, disallowed. I can't show my salary as 100 because साहिल को मैंने कितना दिया? 88. 12 रुपए किसको देना था? गवर्नमेंट को. मैंने नहीं दिया. So ma'am, but 43B is not applicable to employees RPF. It is applicable to employers RPF. And now इतना in depth पढ़ा रहे हैं आपको क्योंकि ये जो amendments है ना, you can say ma'am we are writing in November or December 23, dear students, but these amendments of May are very, very important. Can I say एम्प्लॉयर्स कंट्रीब्यूशन, ये लिख लो आपके नोटबुक में, 43B में कवर होगा. एम्प्लॉयज कंट्रीब्यूशन 43B में कवर नहीं होगा. 15th ऑफ नेक्स्ट मंथ आपको पे करना ही पड़ेगा. Rest all expense, if they are outstanding, you can pay it and cover it. I am super duper excited to solve ADLIS problems with you all. You all are excited or not? And abhi to I am doing problems from my material, but past exam का एक problem हम करेंगे December 21 से लेकर जब total income तक पहुंच जाए. Of course, business head will be over today for sure. आज खत्म हो जाएगा. हाँ, कोई डाउट 43B में? This is also a small amendment, but enough I gave. इसको मैं बाद में पढ़ाऊंगी आपको. Now let us go to the format. How do you start house property sums, dear students? चलो quickly tell me. House property के sum कैसे solve करते हैं हम? ये format मैंने सारथी में पहले ही दिया हुआ है starting में. ADLIS. Say my teaching match. Yeah. This is the format. This you need to learn, understand so well. Shall I start? All clear until now? Yes. Is there a network issue? Can you all put me a message? Some students are like joining, leaving. One second. Huh? Chalo. Now, how this format is there? 2 minutes, I'm closing the screen and sharing with you some mind map. How do you start house property problem? So many problems we have solved. GAV, less municipal taxes, NAV, 30% interest on loan done. Like that in exam, already they have given you books ka P&L account and you have net profit. So start with what? Net profit. Right. Format to solve business head questions. Format to solve business head questions. ठीक है, शुरू करो. Start with what, dear students? Net profit as per profit and loss account as per your books of accounts. ये हो गया आपका फॉर्मेट. आधा पेज छोड़ दो, आधा पेज छोड़ दो. Just check the watches, 10 minutes and you will be able to understand everything. Net profit as per profit and loss account. To add and to less with understanding. At least half a page छोड़ दो और नीचे आ जाओ. Yeah, please come down and draw a P&L account with me. Gross profit is 50, expenses are 40, net profit is 30. Are you all with me? Writing everything? Yes? GP is how much? 50. Expenses are 40. We are starting with the problems now. बहुत कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा लिया आपको बिजनेस हेड में 2 दिन से, अब हम प्रॉब्लम्स कर रहे हैं. यस, राइट. So GP is 50, expenses are 40, net profit is 10, sorry, not 30, 10. क्या ये फॉर्मेट समझ में आया? Now look at example 1. Expenses 40 include personal expenses 5 rupees. समझ में आ रहा है? In books, in P&L account, by mistake we have put personal expenses 5 rupees or capital expenses which is not allowed. Yes, right. So 40 में 5 rupees allowed नहीं है. अगर हम scratch कर सकते तो हम rectification chapter नहीं पढ़ते, right? So scratch it. Scratch the expenses 40 and make it 35. Why, dear students? 5 rupees is debited as expense but disallowed. And if expenses is disallowed, if expenses is reducing, what is the impact on profit? Profit is increasing. Correct? Take your time and share with me. Is my example clear? अगर आप बोल रहे हैं कि 5 रुपए पर्सनल एक्सपेंस है या कैपिटल एक्सपेंस है, डिसअलाउ करो, तो स्क्रैच करो, तो रिड्यूस द एक्सपेंस. सो व्हाट्स द इम्पैक्ट ऑन प्रॉफिट? प्रॉफिट इज इंक्रीजिंग. दिस यू विल राइट फर्स्ट. एक्सपेंसेस डेबिटेड इन बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स disallowed. You have debited the expense in the books, but it is disallowed. Maybe this expense is related to house property, जैसे municipal tax, घर का पे किया तो भी ऑफिस में डाल दिया, तो municipal tax is allowed but in house property, not in business head. Land sold, then cost of the land you cannot debit in the P&L account. So expenses is debited in the P&L account, but it is disallowed. So reduce the expense, increase the profit. I want all of you to write example. E.g. example. Depreciation as per books of accounts. Not allowed. Books में जो depreciation है वो तो word to word, asset to asset है. It's not allowed. Or personal expense, not allowed. Or capital expense, not allowed. Or expenses related to other heads. If anyone is sitting and watching कि मैम कुछ तो लिख रहे हैं, ठीक लगेगा तो उसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेंगे. इतना जजमेंट मत करो, ब्लाइंडली ट्रस्ट करो और इसको लिखो. Write down. If expenses is debited in the P&L account, but it's disallowed, reduce the expense. If you reduce the expense, what's the impact on the profit? Profit will increase. Like depreciation as per books, not allowed. Personal expense, capital expense, expense related to other heads. It's allowed, but in other heads, not